I'm criminal defense attorney Ryan Pacyga, and I'm going to talk about a first-degree aggravated robbery charge in Minnesota. In Minnesota, we have a couple different degrees of aggravated robbery, first and second. First degree is the more serious one, and that's the one I'm going to talk about today. A first-degree aggravated robbery charge carries a minimum of 48 months in prison and can go up to 108 months if you have a long criminal history. So these are cases that are called prison commit cases, meaning that if you're found guilty or plead guilty to it, the presumption is that the judge actually sends you to prison, not to the local jail for a little while. So they're serious cases. The elements which are what are instructed to a jury if you go to a trial, or what the prosecutor must prove beyond a reasonable doubt if there's a probable cause challenge or at a trial, are the following. And we use these things in what are called jury instructions. The first is that the defendant took property from someone else or in their presence without their permission. So if I have these post-its on me and they're valuable or something, and someone wants to take them from me, one way for them to do it is literally reach in my pocket and take it away. Another way is for them to take it out of my hand, or a third way might be that it's sitting in my home or in my car and I'm right there, it's right in my presence, and they take it anyway. That's the first thing that needs to be proven. It has to be personal property in the person's presence or taken from them without the person's permission. The second is that the defendant allegedly used any threat of imminent force to overcome the resistance from someone. So I'm trying to hang on to my post-its or my purse or my cell phone or whatever, and someone's pulling it away from me, or that they threaten me to the point where I don't even resist because I know that if I do resist or fight them back, I'm going to get hurt. The third element is that a dangerous weapon was used, or that there's force that creates what's called bodily harm. A dangerous weapon can be a bunch of different things. First of all, firearms, whether they are unloaded or loaded, make a dangerous weapon. So even if it's an unloaded gun, that's a dangerous weapon for this charge. If it's not a gun, let's say it's a knife or a bat or some other object that can really hurt someone, that would be considered a dangerous weapon. There's a lot of fights and defenses in these sorts of cases about whether something is a dangerous weapon. Someone might say, well, he threatened me that he'd stab me with this pen if I didn't take this. That's a question about really whether that's a dangerous weapon or not as far as a first-degree robbery goes. Other things, obviously hands are usually not dangerous weapons in terms of threatening to punch somebody or something like that. That wouldn't be considered a dangerous weapon. So the list goes on and on with that defense. The fourth element is that this stuff was used in order to threaten someone into giving these things up. And finally, that it happened in this county. So there are many defenses to a first-degree aggravated robbery charge, and I've succeeded in these cases in the past. And some of the defenses are whether or not you even had permission to take what you took. Second, whether it was in someone's presence or not. Third, whether there was actually any bodily harm caused or not. And fourth, whether a weapon was dangerous, or whether this just erupted in a fight and someone took something but it wasn't with the intent to steal it from them. So these are many of the defenses that can come up in a first-degree aggravated robbery case, and many times these cases will go to trial. Sometimes they'll end up pleading down to lower charges that won't carry prison time, like a simple robbery or like a theft from person or a disorderly conduct or a misdemeanor assault and things like that. So there are many defenses to the charges, but they are serious, and you should have an experienced lawyer to deal with these cases. If you have more questions, my name's Ryan Pacyga. You can find me at arrestedminnesota.com or at 612-339-5844.